morning, good morning. So we are back and it is Thursday. It's currently 9:20 a.m. here on the East Coast, and Relentless Trader is feeling good. So there's a couple of cheaper stocks that are moving, but I will say that I'm not too fond of the scans here this morning. Not a lot looking good. So we have, NIR that's pushed up a little bit here around 33 cents. There's also AMTI that pushed up a little bit around 28 cents. And there's UPTD, which was a stock that was moving with a little bit of lighter volume a few days ago. That's pushed up here after hours and a little bit here today, here in the pre-market. But as you guys can see here, the volume is tremendously low. So there's nothing that is, standing out to me, shouting at me, saying, "Hey, I'm looking really good." Um, you know, I think for those reasons, immediately, I'm gonna reduce my size drastically here. Even for the cheaper stocks, just 1,000 shares on those, and a stock like UPTD, I'm gonna go down as low as just 100 shares. And until something really comes up that looks, you know, attractive, I'm not gonna be aggressive. I need there to be something saying, hey, the opportunities are strong here. The risk is limited. We're pushing up. There's good setups, good patterns, and my edges are working. Other than that, there's no need for me to be aggressive if I'm not seeing anything that's looking good. This is the market, so that could change, right? We could get into the open and something could start to move, but that would be the moment where I do decide to size up and just go for it. But for now, the scans are just so soft. The scans are so soft here. And, I'm hoping we can see something. Earlier this week, we did, of course, have AVGR, which was spectacular Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday. So hopefully today there's something that can give us some action. So we can add in some trend lines here. NEPT, let's see, NEPT, I didn't look at that one. Yeah, pushed up and right back down. Maybe we add it to the list here. But definitely took a big drop. Doesn't look so attractive, not even on the daily. And so, okay, we'll start with this one. So we had a high of 659, or back down there to 486. Maybe this one can give a red to green. That's what I would hope for. But not looking particularly great. Checking out the daily chart, maybe $8 if it happens to, again, give like a move out of nowhere, right? But doesn't look super appealing right now. So I'm gonna map out that level at 8. Just throw it up there as a nice target. And going back to August 18th, we had a high point of 1372. 1372. A lot of people might be keeping an eye there. Just see how the stock reacts if it is to get going. So NEPT, we'll see if this one does anything. NEPT. The low points, I mean, let's see. I really would want to see us get up over 545, and then from there, can we continue to push higher? 550. Moving on, UPTD. Let's pull this one back up. Yesterday's high, I'm going to start here. We had 1743 in after hours. Not bad. I'm going to put that in blue. Do we have anything moving up right now? By the way, let's get the Momo Pro scans on screen. There we go. KAVL, 61 cents. Looks like that one pushed up a little bit. So anyhow, UPTD high today was at 1661. 1661. Since then, we've pulled back and we've had a low at $14. So can we hold up those lows at 14? You know, not bad, but it just needs volume. It needs high volume, and we need to see real candlesticks, not just these patchy dots on the screen. Like, what is this? So UPTD, can we get up to 17? Is it possible? If it's to be strong, let's check out the daily. By the way, let me not forget to record my screen here. There's a cluster which we can check out. So let's see, going back to September 6th, we had 1578. Then before that, we had 2393. That's the level I want to keep an eye on. And we can even go to single screen here. Doesn't look too bad. Quickly. So there's 2393 in here. Not bad. And then, if we get a miracle, $33. If this is to go that crazy hey, you never know, man. So you just never know sometimes. You just never know. So that's UPTD. Moving on. NIR, one of the cheaper ones. Again, the daily chart here is not too beautiful. We've sold off recently and it's currently trying to curl back up. High point today is at 37 cents. The low point all the way down there at 27. So that's pretty low. That was before the push though. 27 cents. Okay, so we're holding up fairly well. We're at 33. Can we get over 37 at the highs? When we had the drop off, let's see. It came from a pretty expensive area. NIR. Great, my daily chart's not loading. Lovely. Anyhow, so yeah, can we see 40 cents? I think that's decent enough. 40 cents. AMTI is the other one. Last one. This one, we had a high point of 37.49. So far, we pulled back to lows here of 26.50. 26.50. VWAP is at 31. Can we get back up to those levels? AMTI. I'm going to take it slow today. I'm going to take it slow and just wait. 41 was a high point a few days ago. And then 48.93. So what's this? 41. Potential resistance. There's a 2-minute warning to wake us up if we're not already awake. 48.93. That date. 48. That date was the June 9th. We had 48.93 on June 9th. The 200 EMA is at 96.87 if we're to get all the way up there. Okay, looks good. I had to be careful of my power going out. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. The first thing I have to do is take money out of my account. That's the first thing I got to do today because I have a feeling it's not going to be good. What are we watching? Not a lot, unfortunately. So there's NIR, AMTI, UPTD, and AM. Did I say this one already? Yeah, I did. What's the other one? N. Jeez, no, no. Am I going crazy here? Okay, yeah. N EPT. Okay. So I'll post that to the alert section. Those are the few that the past store is keeping an eye on. So let's see what we get today. I'm not too excited here, but let's see. Maybe we get surprised. Hopefully. Trap Trader, what's up? Let's not forget our disclaimer, by the way. Guys, remember that day trading, like any other business here in the United States, is risky. It's best to approach the market in a way where exposure is limited, right? Especially if you're new, or even if you've been around and you're not quite where you need to be, right? Utilize things such as a simulator. Utilize risk money. That way you can protect yourself as you go through the learning curve. Besides that, remember that me live streaming is never an invitation to try and copy trade. You got to build the foundation, for yourselves. Trading is hard. It takes months and years to get efficient and to become competent. So take it slow. This is not become a millionaire overnight. Lastly, be careful of the impersonators. There's a lot of fake accounts out there pretending to be me, even some of the other members in Discord and throughout the online community. So be safe, be careful. We'll never ask for money, we'll never ask for personal information. The volume here is kind of light though. We'll see. Keep an eye out. There's a couple of call outs so far, but nothing crazy. Maybe today's the day to take some scalps on Tesla on the live stream. How is AV? Well, the volume. I think I did see it. AVGR. The volume was light. Yeah, UPTD. Okay, maybe this is the one here. This is good. Took it off screen up top, but pretty decent. Okay. Hopefully we can get something good here. NEPT has a spread to it, but it is moving up a little bit. UPTD. How many shares do I want to use here? $16 stock. NEPT again, giving showing some life here.
UPTD emulator.
The halt up is at 09. Hopefully it gets halted up. It's now at 19. Just waiting patiently. What time is the resumption here? 37, 32. This might fail here, I think. Let's see how well it does. If it looks decent, I'll take it, but it might be a little weak. 37, 32. So there's 30 seconds to the resumption. Okay, we're bouncing. Okay, it's pretty decent. I know it's so stuffy. We got 1668. Okay, let's see how it does. Lower resumption. Huge spreads too. Didn't think that would have been worth it. Let's see if it gives a dip. No dip. There's an entry, but oh, a great fill. Great fill there. That was a miracle fill. Got filled on the bids. Can we see something a little more for the entry? Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. 1905 for the halt up. Hopefully we can see a halt up. Not bad though. Low, 80, 80. Tight stops if possible. Well, let's see how well we can bounce. Spread's opening up. My nose is so stuffy that it's hard to talk. The other one is holding up. And no good. Oh, that sucks. Not a great trade. Hold on. Telling you guys, this 365 day a year cold. The other one rejected too. Not good. Wow. Okay. Lovely. Well, that's gonna fail. Oh, okay. Maybe more like a 5 minute pullback, but big drop. Big drop there. So a little choppy, even with the small size. Low 1654. That's my second attempt on the 1 minute pullback. So it seems like we're getting a 5 minute dip with a low at 1650. VWAP at 1796. The other one is selling off. NEPT. Not great. Double top at VWAP. So UPTD, will we get a retest of the lows? Waiting patiently. Sometimes they don't, but we'll see. $16.54. We're currently at 17. The volume is so light that it's kind of hard to throw out an order. Can we see more movements here on the level 2? It looks good in terms of time. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah. There's only a minute left in this candle. The other one is back up again. Do I want to watch it here? 75 by 80. $0.30 spread. It's going to be hard to time the reclaim. I'll switch gears. There's some sellers up there. NAPT. But can we get through more sellers? Good. 15. And how well will we continue to hold? And can we break? Here are sellers. 16, 19. Spread's opening up a little bit. 13, 17. Can we see the push through 20? I'd expect short sellers to cover over 20. So can we hold up? Can we break and hold up? This other stock, my timing was off a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit. Come on. They don't want this to go. It's short sellers. 40,000 at 18. People like that trying to keep this thing down. If it does go, it might be crazy. I'm just hoping it gives a proper nice entry. And of course, we don't want to see like a rejection like we saw on yesterday AVGR. Big bids would be a good sign too, but just waiting to see. Good fill. Seller's still hanging out, so let's see how it does. Here's getting bought up. 37, 37. Come on. Good. It's delayed, but good. Okay, it might be it looks like it'll go. It's struggling though. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Can we see it? It should have already went, but here we go. Okay. Now they're on the run. It's still churning though. False breakout. We should have already been to 50. To the depths. I mean, their stops have to be pretty big if it's not gonna go like that. From 38, so maybe they're looking to stop on 50. Short sellers, just adding to their positions here. Doesn't look good. the move is pretty delayed. It does eventually try, it still gets rejected. So I'll be on the sidelines here. Low 98, 25. Another big seller. I like that it held up. So it's still, people are still holding, people are still buying. Well, definitely got some resistance up there. So good. Still seems a little heavy in this area here. Can we see that surge? Waiting patiently, high or low as usual. Just waiting patiently. Any PT, talk to me nicely. No fills there. At 05. So I'll wait. Waiting patiently. Waiting for volume right now. Interesting. It looks like it's gonna try here for a new high. How well is it gonna do? Not what short sellers want to see, so I'm gonna watch here. Yet. Short sellers are nervous here. Short sellers are nervous. Those fills down there are a nightmare to get. Is this it? Is this it? That fake seller's gone. Well, why is it struggling? So that they're they're down 36. Yeah, okay. So they've moved up the order from 28 to 36. Who do they think that they're fooling? Let's see. Oh, okay. Low. Hmm. It's rejecting again. This is it's why? The 5 minute candle making a new high is rejecting again. A second time. So the seller moved up, so we didn't get a chance to see if the seller is real or not. Let's say it is a real order. Okay, there's 40,000 shares sitting there as the biggest order that people are willing to show. So I guess the question always is after that, how many short sellers are there? Hidden order stuff like that. Disappointing to see it not continue there. So it's another false breakout. Can we hold up the lows? Bag holders, short sellers, all of the aboves. This other stock, my timing was a little off, and I did mess up buying the ass twice. One of the areas I waited for the spreads to tighten up, but right before I bought, it just jumped up like 30 cents. That happens from time to time. The other time, I kind of just went for it, which I knew there's a chance I might be in high. and I was in high, ended up losing. Then the dip just took a dive, a big dive. $0.50 stop becoming, and saying tight stop is relative to the stock, of course, but I was looking for like 40, 50 cents of risk. And so here's the flush out. So we're not going to hold up again. This time it's to the depths. Is that the first wave? Maybe. So we'll have to sit around and wait for the second wave. I'd say that's probably the first wave. A little unfortunate though on this stock. I was watching it here. I was watching it early, right here. For 1 minute candle make a new high, but there's no volume. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is not going to be the one. And then this other one here was halted. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just get ready for the halt resumption. And yeah, so I didn't really didn't really get to fully get in gear. And then when it pulled away from like 60, we didn't really had a good pullback. Oh, can I get that fill? Can I get that fill? No. Yes, no, maybe so. The ask is not coming down either. This is good, but no fills on there. That's what I wanted. I tried 60 because I'm like, wait, this is not going to drop. But I'm like, any sign of red, I'm out. I'm gonna get back in. But it needed to be bouncing up already. It's kind of maybe taking a little too long here. The candle's going to close. Bigger range, volume dying out. The entry low is not bad because you can give it time to just see if it does gain the volume. But in being in high could be tricky. So there's 47, 57. There it is. This is the only problem with a stock. Like these stocks are lovely to trade, but it's just the volume is so light, the spreads are so big that if you don't get the fills, right here where you should be making 80 cents, you missed the trade. Or else we'd already be back, at flat or something. We missed two good trades already. Aye, aye. CGC getting called out. I need to sit down. What time is it? 11:10. 11:10 a.m. No room for error on this stuff. No room for error. So can this result into a hive day push here? See, that dip is just legendary, man. It's absolutely legendary. Yeah. Maybe it even comes down a little more here. Unless we're Titanicing, I like this area here. Watching the sea. Waiting for volume. Damn spreads, I tell you. The spreads. The spreads, make it so like I can't fire off as fast and just aggressive as I would want to. So it results into like a lot of missed entries on this type of stock. Okay, I'll re-average. Hope I'm not cutting that too soon. Because the volume is just dying out. Come on, talk to me nice. Talk to me nicely here. No, it's holding it. And the ask is going up, so we're gonna see something here again. Again, this is what makes it so tricky with this type of stock here is the volume just kind of goes to nothing at times and then comes back in. And it's one of those areas where the volume is so low that I don't hold to my stop in the trade. I just cut it flat. But my stop was much wider than 60. Now, do not Titanic on me here again. Can we get some decisive volume here? More volume. Can we see more volume? Whether it's red, green. Can we see some more volume? Aw. 1020. Um, let's see. Yeah, I think that's good. This is another attempt at the 5 minute setup here. I'll be in until I get stopped out again. Hopefully the volume can, hopefully we can get movements here on the tape. Again, at times the volume just kind of coming out of it. And there's my stop. Gonna get a bounce. If not, I'm out of it. 70. There is some green on the tape, but the spreads are so huge. 30-cent spreads. Mm, it's hard to tell if it's even a bounce or not. But the candle's going to close with the wick. Yeah. Low 70 time. We're almost 3 minutes in. We're almost 3 minutes in. Okay, we need to see some movements here. As we're approaching the back half of this candlestick on the 5. Will we see some momentum here into this UPTD pullback? I can't believe I messed up my on that move up though. That's crazy. Just being patient, just waiting patiently. Good bids are coming in, not bad. Not bad at all. So can we see 60, 70, 80 here? And then the retest of 18, is it possible? There's 50. There's 60. Now I want to see the retest of 18 if the volume can really get in there over time. We'll see. Time 24:43. Very good. KB, are the Bulls going to be taking this one here? Will we see 18 over time? The high is at 1888, so it's pretty far away. Let's see what it does. Falling asleep here. UPTD. Time is 10:26 a.m. 10:26 a.m. NEPT did not hold up very well. Will we see a new high of day over the level of 18? It looks like a few limit orders got filled there. Wow. When this thing is crazy, man. It moves fast though. It moves fast. When I get ready, it just goes, right? These spreads. I have a trailing stop here, but the spread is so big. And yes, I'll be out there. All worth a shot. My target my target was to sell at 18 something, 20, 30, whatever. But no good. Back down. Break of 18 to sell. No push, not even in proximity of 18. 1880. We got to 18 at best. Well, which is better than nothing. I mean, it's something, right? If you want to take profits or not, it's up to the trader at that point. Valiant attempt from stock UPTD. Not bad. So I'm in here. It actually went past my stop, but I didn't stop out because of how big the spreads were. We're at like 70 by 17, which is a 30-cent spread. It's why it's so tricky sometimes. It's like we can easily get some buying on the ask and the stock gets right back up. But if the selling comes in, you can also lose like an additional amount, which is of course slippage. So kind of just gave it a chance. And we got to 18. This pullback I expected. And this drop not expected. But yeah, fair trade. My trailing stop. So I adjusted to a break-even stop once we got to 50. And then a trailing stop. But again, the spreads were literally 69 by 17. Kind of hard to know what the stock wants to do in that situation. If it's gradual and coming down, I stop out at 30, which is my trailing stop. So of course in my head I always know what I want to do with the position. So I'm gonna wait around for the second wave of momentum, and probably around like 11:30, maybe we'll be out of here 12 o'clock. So it'll be one of those longer streams here throughout the morning. We'll see whatever else is moving. Tesla, LIFW. Let's see here. Some of the E-Trade stocks. What's moving? ABAT, SPLK. The infamous 5 minute setup. That's the type of trade that you guys will see me hold the longest. When the stock is in my favor like this, I'm never supposed to be out just break even. Again, the spreads were 50 cents, just. So it's like in the trade, I'll make up my mind like how I want to execute it. But the worst case scenario, I'm supposed to come out with a green trade. Worst case, once it's working in my favor. If not, I'm already stopped out for a loss or something at my risk, an appropriate risk. Which in that stock for me was 30 cents because I was already buying so low. So it went against me by 10 cents. So I'm watching it there again at 70. Like, what is it going to be with the spreads? Under a normal stock, like $5 price range, tighter spreads, unless there's a flush down from the highs where, you guys know how it is. Sometimes it might be like an instant drop. Unless something like that happens and the trade is in your favor, it's like you're guaranteed some sort of profits. The stock would have to teleport down in the blink of an eye if you're executing it in that way with a trailing stop. And for me, I calculated just off of the distance between my entry and the market price and how well is the stock performing, you know, just versus like expectations and just candlesticks, stuff like that. How are we performing? So even if you look at it like this, like a bit of a bear trap here, you know, into a move up, just no retest of the high of 1888. Some days I'll take some days I'll take profits. It depends on the volume though. Like if we're getting up and the volume's stalling out, then I'll take profits maybe a little faster. But like in this situation, I'm not sure if there were hidden sellers at 18 or not, but rather quick decline there. Nothing else moving. The best action or NEPT and UPTD, I would say the first couple of minutes. LIFW for another day of continuation. Ended up going from 25 to 30, so not bad. 25 cents to 30 cents. EXAI, how's this looking? Lighter volume. Just waiting patiently. AGRI. Yeah, I forgot to mention hit the thumbs up. So if you're watching on YouTube, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It helps out the channel, right? It goes a long way. So let's take a look at AGRI. This one was being mentioned. A little cheaper, 17 cents, made a new high over yesterday's levels at 16. I mean, not bad. Guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Where are we at with the likes? Currently at 112 likes. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, guys. Can we get up there to 150? The momentum here this week has been so interesting. This reminds me of like last year, I think like what was that, like November or something? One of those months, October. I haven't lost this much money on the dips in a long time. I lost a lot of money on the dips this week. What, like 6,000 or something? I don't know. So it has to be somewhere like somewhere there. From all these like swings, it doesn't seem like a lot of money in the moments, but it does add up, right? NEPT, NEPT. Just waiting around for that second wave of momentum. Maybe it comes around 10:50, 11, maybe 11:30. Will we get a second wave of opportunities? Guys, don't forget that the coupon for Code Vegas will be finished. It will be expired at the 30th, right? Month end. So, good luck again to whoever wins. We're gonna do so the 29th is Friday, the 30th is Saturday. On Saturday, we're gonna do the live stream with the wheel spin, just like we did for the person who won the Leslie won the free course membership. So it's gonna be crazy, man. And then after that, you know, October and then November. November will be in Las Vegas. Man, I can't wait for that. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. It is going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I really wouldn't mind meeting this Brian Rivera. That'll be cool. To get to meet the day trading CPA in person. That's some cool videos, for I mean, not only just trading, but other stuff too, like finance stuff, accounting stuff. I heard, Marcelo is excited to meet Humble Trader. So big shout out to Marcelo. Ay, ay, ay. Waiting patiently. Do you ever feel greed when you are up a huge amount and don't want to sell and end up stopping out break even for a loss? Uh, do I ever feel greed? Um, I'd say no. When whenever I'm trading, it just comes down to the candlesticks. Like it's not personal. It just comes down to, how the stock plays out. Um, like there'll be days I can be up like 2, 3K and then I give back half. It's not me being greedy, it's just the trades I normally would take just didn't happen to work towards the end of the day. Um, I mean, it happened yesterday, the day before. What I call it greed. I think it's just the trades I take every single time, whether they work out or not. The market always has a say, so it's not perfect every time. That's just what it is. Unfortunately, unfortunately, fortunately, right? It's just part of the field. There'll be days where you have a plan and then the plan just doesn't go according because of whatever reason, with the market. Flush, it's usually a flush. Like the flush is the common. I've been saying this for like months, years. Like the flush is the common enemy. For me, it's the most common like thing I have to like deal with. Like even the first, like even how I got red is just two big drops like instantly versus what I my expectations are for the stock. Like if we pull up the footage here for UPTD, when I went green to red, it was like literally like two or three trades. But those are trades I always take every time. So whenever it happens, it's just part of the deal, you know. Was up 1K unrealized, didn't sell, ended up selling for break even and slippage. You know, what's the other side of the risk? The other side of the risk is the reward. And I guess at that point it comes down to the trader individually, your emotions in the moment. Are you paying attention to the technicals, and are you looking to execute off of the technicals, or are you emotionally fueled by the P&L in the moment? I guess only the trader themselves could know deep down which one they're feeling. So it'll be something for the individual to hold themselves accountable to, right? It's never good to watch the P&L during the trade for me. I always say it like it's like driving and texting. You need to pay attention to the road for the traffic signals, pedestrians, other vehicles and drivers, because if you're not paying attention, and you're looking at your phone, it only takes a moment, and the market is already so quick to where a flush can happen or something like that, where you know things are not going. But what you want, the main thing is that you're paying attention for the signals to make an educated decision, whether it's to add, to hold longer, to sell half, to all the different factors that there might be, whilst you're managing a active position. That's the key. Hotkeys or hot buttons, I think it's just preference. Depending on what you like. I don't think either is I don't think one is really better than the other. It just comes down to the trader, their trade style. I personally use hotkeys. Hot buttons are pretty good as well, right? I don't have anything against it. I think they're both excellent. They're both excellent. Why do people call me pastor? Does trading feel like a drug? Why do people call me? Okay, I'll answer that one first. Why do people call me pastor? Well, it all started with Marcelo. Marcelo is infamous and famous for giving people nicknames. At least that's what he told me. And I'll be on here a lot of times with these motivational speeches and things like that. And so Marcelo just started calling me pastor, and since then it's just been going on. I don't mind it. I mean, hopefully it's not offensive. It's like in a playful way. Hopefully it's not offensive to anyone. I am a man of Christ, I will say, but I'm not like a formal or official pastor in any way or form. Uh, but yeah, hopefully that's not offensive to anyone out there. But yeah, it's just kind of like a nickname that came up. Uh, yeah. The other question, does trading feel like a drug? I'd say no. Um, I'd say no. I like it. It's fun. You know, it's all the right things I'd say for me, right? It's fun. Um, the way how I've been looking at it is like, and you have to compare it to other things, and whether it's a career, a day job, another business. For me, trading is, it's really just a gateway, or let's say like an avenue. It's an avenue for me to get to where I need to be. That's how I view it. And it's a business for me. And so there's pros and cons, there's risks, there's opportunity cost. But that's what trading is. Luckily I enjoy it. I love doing it, but I don't really view it as a drug. You know, it's been providing a lot of good things. Starting last year, or maybe even the year before. I think the year before, or starting last year. Was it last year? Time is going so fast, it's hard to tell. No, yeah. So from 2 years ago, because of trading, I was able to start traveling once a year, then now twice a year. So there's a lot of good things, right? And it's just an avenue to get me to where I need to be. That's how I view it. Um, in terms of like being here every day, the way how I view it is that every day that I'm not here is just, more time added on to me being to where I need to be. So is trading the drug? I'd say no. Maybe more so if there is any sort of addiction or drug, it's my goals, right? My goals will keep me. But then again, if you have something that you're disciplined towards, is that a drug? There's just so many ways to look at it, right? There's a million ways to really, and angles and views. I always tell myself balance, right? So, I'll go out, I'll have fun. I mean, I've been out so many times this year, like whether it's like clubs, family events, like, barbecues. I'm not here in front of the computer 24 hours a day. I'm here a good amount, but there's just so much time in the day that like you could do so much, especially if you're like managing your time. Like it's been a pretty active summer, for example, like the amount of like barbecues and stuff I've been to, like stuff with like friends, and then the amusement parks, all these different things, but then also still being able to put in a lot of work, still studying, still grinding. So it's been like a healthy balance, right? And so trading is just allowing me to be able to get to where I need to be. Day trading, it could be. Some people have it's again, it's such a subjective thing. Some people have gambling addictions, right? And for me, I can't understand that stuff. It's never really been a situation that I've been in. And when I say understand, of course, on the surface level, okay, I know what it means, and some people may be struggling, things like that. But I can't understand the emotions and the thought process behind it, you know. But it's a real thing, right? There's hotlines and like certain preventative stuff for people who might have and it's even not even with trading, but it could be lottery. It could be other things like high stakes games like poker, blackjack, online gambling, sports gambling. I can't wrap my mind around it, but it's a real thing, right? And some people are having trouble with it. Um, so trading definitely could be, an addiction for some people. I definitely understand that. This field, because of the nature of how it is, you know, there is trading could be gambling, right? We've had this video before. Trading could be gambling if you want it to be. And the very basic example I'll use here is that I could go buy something right now, close my eyes, count to three, and that's on a very like very 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 simple level. So I get it. Money is generated here and lost here much quicker than any other field, you know, and so it could invite that type of nature of things, for people who have addictions. it just makes sense. So we have to be disciplined, we have to be careful, we have to know ourselves, and we also have to know what's important to us. And ultimately discipline will triumph over everything because you know who and what are we if we don't have self-control, you know? As much as we might not like it, there are rules, there are laws, and there are repercussions for our actions. I just can't go decide today I want to be a mass murderer and think nothing will happen to me, right? Just the same way how you can't just think you'll take your life savings and come into the market and nothing can happen to you like if you're invincible. At the very least, if whoever makes these decisions, you have to understand the consequences because there's risk always, right? So if you want to roll the dice, you got to be willing to take on what the consequences will be of your actions. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's like it's a tough world, right? It's a tough world. There's a tough world, but we all got to be accountable, man. We all have to be accountable, and nobody gets a free pass. Nobody. There's no such thing as committing a crime and then just nothing happening to you. No, no, you got to deal with it. You can't just go say, "Hey, I'm insane, so I should be free." Mm-mm-mm. You got to go do the time. And even if it means you lose all your savings, you have to deal with what that means for you in the real world. That's what this is. That's what life is, right? It's why we have the disclaimers every day telling people to approach the market in a slow way. There's not a ton of businesses out there where you do have the luxury of approaching it in a safe and slow way. A lot of businesses you kind of just have to go. And so being that there are simulators, being that you could put aside a small amount of cash, again, how much control do you have? And if you do your research like we should before we go into new ventures, if you know you're someone that doesn't have a ton of self-control, this shouldn't even be the field that you look into it at all, because it's just going to be so much more difficult versus maybe another business that maybe can complement more of your strengths, you know? Because again, opportunity will cost. Opportunity will cost always. Time that we're spending trading and learning how to trade is time that we could have been spending doing something else. Maybe whether it's schooling or, a different profession, a different career, you know, we all have to consider it, always. No matter the business you're in, it could come a time where it's not working and it's no longer making sense for you, your situation, maybe your family, and you have to make a decision. You know, it's all part of what it is, right? There's accountability, there's risk, there's reward. You just have to make the decision that's best for you, and depending on your situation, whether you're by yourself or you're in a family or whatever. Not everybody would say stuff like this, right? But I'm the most transparent trader there ever was, so I'll just say it all. It's good for the people to know and at least be aware of that. It's not easy. It's not easy. We got to stay sharp. We got to be accountable. It's one of those fields where you're the boss, you're the CEO, you're the manager, you're also the employee at the same time. And so, you can look at yourself from different point of views, right? And you just try to decipher things and figure out things, and you got to be self-aware even before you start. You know, this it's crazy, man, because when you look at the you'll look at the ads that are out there, right? it's just tricky. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I could post a video right now, and if we could do this as a community experiment, so you guys can see, right? It's just so weird, man. But I could post a video right now talking about risk, talking about trading and how people should approach it in a slow way, and then I can post a video of just me, with a Lambo or something, and just mention that, hey, I trade stocks. The video that should get the most views is the video of me talking about the risk and how people could get started, and how they could potentially be able to become financially free if they or let's just say gain some sort of financial incentive if they get good over months and years. You post that stuff, people don't care about none of that, man. That stuff doesn't even get 5 views. Then you post some nonsense of a Lamborghini in the back. It's just it's so crazy. It's insane that the way how people and how the psychology is towards what gets people excited, you know and it's this thing where it's just instant gratification almost at every turn. If you tell people, and it's funny because with all the millions of messages that I'm getting, I started off with a disclaimer, and half the times they don't even respond anymore, because the first thing I say is trading is risky. It takes months and years to learn. People don't want to hear that. Yeah, and that's what you should want to hear, and to know that, hey, if I put in 2 3 years, maybe I can get good at this thing. But people just, it's like they want in 2 3 days to get good. And it's like, do you understand that doesn't happen in any form, shape, or in any sort of business? The only way to get rich in 2 to 3 days is to win a lottery. And even then, it's like you still have to understand how to manage if you want to keep it, and at least be able to do well with it. If not, it's like back to being an average Joe in no time. So it's a weird world these days, man. It's a weird world. It's a weird world. It's like I've been thinking about this, and it's like, if I actually on this YouTube channel, I thought about not posting recap. I think I mentioned this before, like not posting recaps. I think like 8 months ago or something, you know. And it's like, okay, I'm just gonna do the live streams, and then I'll do videos for growth content, because I know what it will take for this, like for me to grow this channel to like 500,000 people or something. Like, I know what I would have to post. But again, it's that thing of where it's almost like a moral thing too, to some degree. But what I've been reminding myself of is that at the end of the day, like what I have going on here is so authentic and real that it's like, even if I post something crazy and it's growth content, it's like the people, like whoever is serious, because you can get 1 million people and probably only like 1,000 are serious. Whoever is serious will see and understand what trading really is once they decide to start, and at that moment they can make the decision for themselves, because a lot of people are not serious, man. So we got to make sure that we, as a community here in the relentless trading space, continue to study up and continue to grow, because a lot of people are slacking off. Can't slack off and expect to be, where you want to be in terms of your goals and dreams, right? Some people's dreams are different, but even then, still, you got to, whatever it takes. So you know, I look at it like a guy like Tim Sykes, right? Tim Sykes, I think also at this point for sure definitely understands what it is to grow a YouTube channel. I believe it's why, you know, he was so aggressive with his marketing. Like you guys probably seen a Tim Sykes ad before, right? Like he literally throws 10 grand at the camera and stuff like that because he knows that like for somebody to even consider looking at what this is, they kind of need to they need to be, you know, stimulated mentally. Let's say it like that. Versus if you're very technical, you know, and you're just showing the raw footage of what trading is, it's like people don't really care. When that's the content that should be like ballooning like crazy because that's where the value actually is. You know, there's no value in a guy throwing 10 grand at a camera. That doesn't make any sense. But a lot of people are not like, you know, I don't know what it is, man, but their mind is not working that way. So it's very strange. But you know, at the end of the day, when people come across this community here, they'll find out very quickly what trading is really about. And they'll understand that it'll take them years to get anywhere. And at that point is where they'll make the decision, do I want to be a trader? Do I want to attempt at this venture here? And the reality is that that's standard for almost every business. So they'll think, okay, nah, trading 3 4 years, nah, that takes too long. Then they're gonna go to some other business and realize, holy smokes, it's 3 to 4 years here too. You can't escape it. You cannot escape it. You know, the E Trade ad was so funny. It's like a guy in a suit by a pool, and it's like, don't be mad, just get E Trade. Literally something like that is the commercial. You know, and you ask yourself like, what is that really saying to people? It's a crazy world we live in. Crazy, crazy world. Where are we at on the day? The second wave of momentum doesn't seem to be coming here. It's already 11 o'clock and there's nothing. No bounce on any of these stocks. As the rant is in full swing. I got all, well, NEPT's a little bit here to 490, but will this get back to VWAP and then try Hive Day? It's possible, but maybe another 30 minutes. If the volume came in a little, you know, I know how the candlestick looks, but it's like if the volume came in a little sooner here, man, I would have done well in this couple of candles going up. But I gave it like 2 or 3 trades. I think one of the trades I had a poor fill, and I'm like, you know what, this might not be the one. It's like, you know, struggling a bit. I had smaller size too, so you can see I was dabbling around like 55 area. I think right here, and the spreads, that's what it was. There was like a 8 cent spread, 60 by like 68. Didn't really get the best fill here coming out. Some shares got filled 60 and the rest at 55, 56. That ended up being a scratch trade. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna switch away from this thing. That was at 30, almost at 34. And then I went into any or UPTD on the resumption there. Yeah, look at this loss right here. In at 1844 out of 1780. Come on, that's ridiculous. Then we proceed to buy the dip at 90 and it flushes out. Actually, no, this wasn't the loss. There's this one. In at 40 again and out at 60. It's like $1 a share loss, basically. And this thing is halting up. Jeez Louise. So maybe not 30 minutes after all. Wow. Okay, well, great. Great. Can we get locked in? That was quick. So here comes the second wave of momentum right on time. Can we get locked in? No, false halt. Good fill. Quick gains. There's a big seller 45. So there's a 45,000 share seller there. Let's see if maybe it makes a new low. 48,000 shares at 45, just hanging out, sitting. I wonder how good the break of 5 was, though. It had to have been nice, right? Hopefully some of you guys here caught it in the community. Second wave. Come on. Big spread there, actually. KB, don't tell me those bulls are sleeping already. The spread is killing me, man. Can we see tighter spreads for a $5 stock? Come on. Spread should never be 15, 16 cents. I like that we bought up the seller. It's a little active, but we're not quite seeing the push just yet. Might need to end the recording. 36 by 39. Time 11:12. Oh, that was not a great fill. That fill was mediocre at best. There are some sellers coming in. Oh, come on. What's the low? 24. Can we start to see some more volume here towards the end of the candlestick? We got another 2 minutes, or let's say minute 15 seconds. Big bids are usually a good sign, of course, if we can see some. I think it looks good. I'm just waiting. We're just waiting for volume. So far, so good. Wow, another misread. Okay, not good. That's like 5 straight. Alright, we'll keep waiting. There's a new candle. It's a long consolidation here. I have big size ready to go once it's good. Some scratch trades. Low is at 24 or so, 23. Where are those bulls? Can we see the next move here? No bounce. No bounce. Back to 12. Low is at 03 now. VWAP is at 03. So 5 minutes setup, presumably. Hopefully it holds. If not, we just had one big green candle and a few bounces there. Hoping that's not it. Maybe it might be it if it just sells off here to like 80. In which case, a big green candle and a bounce or two or three, maybe at 20, 25. Is that it? Love to see us hold up nicely here. Again, this area is always interesting. It's either a really great dip or it's just selling off here. A lot of times there's no in between. Hey, hey, hey. One minute candle, make a new high. One, two, a reset. One, maybe two. It's 11:20. We're not seeing a ton. It's 11:20. We're not seeing a ton, so might just shut it down here in a little bit. There's a new low, 95 here under the lows. Ay, ay, ay. Guys, don't forget I have a ton of monitors up top. Uh, a ton of screens rather, a ton of charts up top. I was just looking at my trades at that time, which couldn't have been helped. Part of the deal. Ay, ay, ay. This Discord is something else, I tell you. Nice bounce here to 9. Yeah, I'll probably shut it down at 11:30 in another like 7 minutes or so. So it's been a pleasure as always. Ninja Ape, Brad, Kevin, Dash, BT. Who else do we have in the building here today? Earth Explorer. Dunner traders tuning in from all across the world. Mr. Man, Charlie, Crystal Ball. For those people tuning in on YouTube, we're gonna shut it down here. Yeah, trading is like any other business, and it's why people kind of like it doesn't make sense to just hey, I'm gonna get rich quick, right? If you're building a business, a new business, and not just going on the board of Facebook, well, you have to start from small, from scratch, right? So more than likely, it's gonna take time for anything to kind of happen versus just millionaire overnight. I don't know why, but people seem to forget that. So, but again, the way how trading is perceived, it's like it doesn't always get viewed as something that's like long. It's like, hey, I buy a stock, it goes up, you know. The bear flag. The ODT, OTC. Rich, take it easy as we're making a new low. Yeah, I think that'll do it. I'm waiting for some nice sustained momentum to the upside. So maybe tomorrow we'll try again. Maybe Monday we'll see. Can we get some nice sustained momentum? A couple of green candles. This one a little one and done. One and out, like they say in baseball. One and out. If you blink, you'll miss it. Oh, is it gonna do something here? It's a spread though. We need a little bit more volume. Or maybe not. Yeah, okay, yeah, I think that'll do it. It'll need more volume here if it's gonna pull this off. There's 9. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So take care, guys. If you're going the distance to 4 p.m., continue to be diligent, continue to be patient, continue to watch on. P&L here at the end of the live stream. Hold on, let's scroll up. Oh, wrong tab. We're down 170, so small red day, scratch trade. I mean, I don't know, is this thing gonna come back? Showing some signs of life still. Yeah. Okay, I'm out of here. Let's not overdo it. 1 million to get one Lamborghini to get to 1 million subs. Ay ay ay. Okay, guys, take care. Stay safe, stay green. Stay safe, stay green. Stay safe out there, guys. Take care. The pastor is signing out. Man, I'm telling. Anyhow, we're not even gonna mention that. We're out of here. Peace. Deuces, as they say here in the streets, the Wall Streets. Deuces.